your people. Right. I want to just quickly talk about the Texas grid shutdown. A little bit late with this, but had a few things on and wasn't sure sort of what angle to come with on it. First of all, I want to say that I predicted this with my Public Enemy video, which just proves that, which is about the pre-programming, Public Enemy's album, What You're Gonna Do When the Grid Goes Down, which just proves that these puppets in the music industry are used to pre-program, to pre-warn us, because they have to tell us what they're doing, so we've unconsciously accepted that that's fine, that's part of the way it works. And Public Enemy, signed to Def Jam, used as puppets, what you're going to do when the grid goes down. Now, they put Colorado on it. I think it's called something Valley, I can't remember. Giant Valley or something like that. Monument Valley. Now, they put that on the album. But I was sort of thinking about, this was, you know, I was saying, if you look at the video, I was like, I keep seeing Texas. I'm seeing Texas. I was feeling the vibrations from the Texas thing. I was right. It was Texas. It wasn't Colorado. It was Texas, which is, they're next to each other. But Texas is on the border of Mexico. So it also, wait to see what happens from that, from immigrants sort of thing. I've looked for the immigrant situation with that, flooding immigrants in, but I haven't seen anything. But we'll have to wait and see what comes from that. But as far as I can see in the Texas grid, we're talking about America. They could put people in space, satellites, all this other stuff. They can spy on you from everywhere, but their grids are shutting down because it's got cold. It's it's crazy. I mean, come on. Like, they can stop this, but they've let it happen. Now, if we look into it, Trump put an executive order on in May, calling it a national emergency to protect the power grids from foreign investment. Now, we're talking about the Chinese here, because the Chinese is part of the communist takeover, and they're trying to take over. China is being used to take over as one of the elite pawn puppets for the, for the people that are controlling the world. And China's being used, and they're trying to take a communist takeover, and China's trying to take over the US. So Trump put in an executive order in May, calling it a national emergency to protect this. What does Biden do when he comes in? Straight away, he revokes that order. So, like, people like saying that Trump's part of this, Trump's part of that. Trump's part of this, and he may well still be part of the illusion of what's going on. But as far as I can see, like, he's doing things to protect and stop things happening in the US, and then Biden's coming in and revoking that stuff. So I still believe that Trump is part of the greater good for this. I may be wrong, but I still believe that. I still see that from him. And, this just sort of proves it. Okay, it doesn't prove it 100%, but it does prove that he's trying to protect America, Biden's trying to fuck with America. So if you look at it just like black and white like that, it's a sign that Trump is doing good work. Now, another thing as well I want to talk about, I've been watching this YouTuber, I forget the woman's name. I put one of her videos link in below. It was like a black American, a woman talking about the what's going on in there, and she's saying that they're trying to kill people. Like, she's sort of gone viral with her videos, and she's saying they're trying to kill people. They've shut everyone down, middle class neighborhoods, not just the poor. But there's certain neighborhoods are being shut, and certain neighborhoods have got no power. Certain neighborhoods have got power. So for whatever reason, they're deciding, which ones can have power and which ones can't, which is, it's controlling the grid. They're controlling that grid for whatever reason. But another thing as well that's part of it is the fake snow. Like, now, I've seen people like scrunching up the snow in the US, and these videos go back before as well, not just this. So people have been doing this before, crunching up snow into a ball and trying to melt it with a lighter, and then the snow goes black if it doesn't melt. Like, so what it is, I mean, you know, if you put a flame to snow, which is ice, like, snow melts into water. We all know that. But this snow, from what I can see, is it's some obviously chemical makeup, and it evaporates into a vapor rather than melts into water, which is why when they crunch it up, it's going black. Now, I'm no expert on the science of all this, but I looked at a few videos of people talking about this previously to this and before. So, like, to me, they've done they've sent in the fake snow, created this crazy wizard grid shutdown, all for a part of trying for the communist takeover, and also to part of the depopulation program. So it's like all of these things hit from many angles. So it's like, and if you don't believe in the weather being manipulated, then like there's a thing, as I said, they always have to show us what they're doing. There's a Jeremy Clarkson, I think it was a Top Gear from years ago, and I'll put this link in as well. Jeremy Clarkson Top Gear, where he goes to this place in America, this massive machine, this epic machine with NASA on the side, a NASA project where they create these clouds out of this massive chemical thing, like a massive overgrown lab thing. And they create these clouds, and to quote Jeremy Clarkson, NASA's playing God. Do you know what I mean? They're telling us, and Clarkson's a Freemason, like he's been spotted on Freemason jet skis. He's part of it. So this is, again, us telling us what happens. So if you don't believe that they're manipulating the weather, they've shown us on Top Gear years ago that they're doing that. Like, NASA's can make rain clouds and make it rain, and it rains on them. So I'll put a link to that as well in this. So it's like, yeah, I mean, the main thing I want to get across here is that, Public Enemy, obviously, I am a little bit smug about getting the Public Enemy thing right, but that's part of, like, my research and the way that I've researched for years and see how they work. But I don't want anything to come to fruition that I predict with something like that, because obviously it's all bad, but it's all part of the agenda, like, and it's all part of what they're doing. So, like, Public Enemy, puppets, proven, Side to Def Jam, putting out stuff to tell us, pre-program people to alert people that the grid's going to go down. So, and it happened in Texas, which was what I really I felt the vibrations from that. So, yeah. And also, with the Trump thing, I still believe, that Trump is behind the scenes doing the good thing. And I don't believe that Biden is actually the real president. It's just some fake charade because they control the media and they control all the grids and the power and whatever like that. And that's how they can fake this stuff. But we'll just wait and see with the whole Trump thing. But yeah, like, it's interesting. But yeah, fake snow, fake grid shutdown, Public Enemy predicted it. Peace.